Hello, Nesties. It's Netta from Netta's Nest. I am your host. I am here in Florida, Zone 10A, and I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about the pests. We're supposed to be, we should now be kicking off our season with everything, we're pretty much reversing everybody else. The temperature isn't scorching hot anymore, and things are just coming down just a little bit. But I suspected that something was going on with my eggplants, and I was correct. So I got one eggplant and I cut it down. We have horrible soil here, and even if it's not in the soil, sometimes you'll find this varmint in your pots, and this is what we call root knot nematode. So I can't go around my garden and throw away everything. I did throw the bag in the garbage. I cut the root off, and I'm wondering if I can start this plant over again. My okra, sometimes I can just ram my okra into the soil, and it will reroot itself and grow. I have one growing over there. I did try this the last time. I thought it was root knot nematode, and it was. And it wasn't successful. Where is water coming from? Anyhow, so I have another plant over there. I'm debating on whether I should just continue to let it grow throughout the season and then throw it out. But I think I really want to get the soil from over there where my plants are and just get it into a container where there's nothing in it, and just let it dry out from here until the end of eternity, so that I can reuse it. But my biggest thing is, I wonder if I can reroot this. Maybe I need to get some root tone. I know if I put it in some water, that's not going to be beneficial because I've done that already. But I definitely know that I need to find some nice saturated soil to sit this in to see what it'll do. So I'm going to go over here and pull out the other two eggplants that I had, and it's so funny that I found this in there, and this was the Black Beauty type eggplant. And then really, I'm not even a fan of Black Beauty eggplant. I love eggplant, but I find that I like those Ichibachi or whatever it is. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna go grab the other ones and get the soil, fill up this container right here with the soil, sit it off to the side, and let nature do whatever it's gonna do. If there are no roots in there, nothing can survive in there, and then maybe I'll go from there. But I don't know what I'm going to do about this nematode. But the only good thing is I had this for 2 seasons. I bought this when it was half the size last season. So this is exactly a year old, so it survived for a year. So, alrighty, hold tight. Let me get the other ones and see what I can do to save this, and see what I'm going to do with this soil. Whether I'm going to throw it out. It's contaminated. I can't do much to it, or try to replenish it. All right, hold tight. Y'all see the roots? This is just the surface of them. So I know this one's been attacked too by root knot nematode, but do you see them? The little balls. This is why I haven't been getting much production. So I'm going to cut this one also, put the soil in here. I don't know if this one's even worthwhile saving. I don't see a flower on this one. I don't know. It might turn in, this might turn into mulch. But look at this right here. See that? So the root knot, as you probably already know, it's some type of microscopic organism, worm if you want to call it, that lays its eggs, it hatches, feeds into the root system, and does not allow the plant to absorb nutrients. And then it starts to kill off. So when I took my eggplant out, about a month ago. That's what was wrong with that one. So I see that's the same thing going on with this one. So this one doesn't look so healthy. I think I'm just gonna throw this whole plant out. Hold tight. I'm also gonna throw the bags out. I'm gonna put this through the I see all kind of cocoons on here. It's going in the garbage. So this is something that we have to deal with here. I don't know how to fight it. I've done research. There's not much you can do about it. They say try beneficial nematodes to kill the nematodes, and then you got to worry about getting more nematodes. I don't know. I don't understand it. You would think after all these years that we would have come up with some type of conclusion how to get rid of root knot nematodes, but nobody has obviously come up with anything. And I'll show you guys the root. Little to nothing. You see that? This has damaged this root so bad. And hence why I was not getting anything, because it wasn't uptaking any type of nutrition. So I'm going to take this soil, put it in this container, and I'm not going to plant anything in it for the next, unfortunately, for the next 2 years. I come out better just probably just throwing the soil in the garbage. Now I had my other soil that was like this, and I put it over there by my I put so much nutrition in here because I didn't know what was wrong with my with them. Well, here's the third one. I figure I don't grow anything in this soil right here. Up under my it's up my pine tree, and I put the dirt over there. Hopefully it don't kill my palm. So here's this one. I don't think I'm going to try to save this one either. I see scale on it because it knows that it's suffering. It knows that it's suffering. And here's one little plant right here. I wasn't going to get any eggplant from here. I was hoping that I was going to get some eggplant, but I've already planted several seeds. Hopefully I get something. I might just go and buy me one little itchy botchy. I know I'm saying it wrong. Eggplant, just so I can get some eggplant for the season, but I've already planted several eggplant, and I'm just gonna have to wait till the season, next season, early spring, to get all my eggplant. I still have a couple more in the freezer, I do like eggplant. I like eggplant. I like eggplant, period. Yeah, there's one that's on somebody's pod on there. So yeah, this one was getting ready to be invaded because that's just what that nematode does. This one, the root actually looks pretty decent. This root actually looks pretty decent. This one actually looks pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, that one actually looks pretty good. I think let me dig a little bit further before I say I think I'm gonna leave this one alone. Because some other ones you saw the nematode damage at the tippy top. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Maybe I'll dig it up and put it in the ground. It's starting, but it's not infested like the other ones. Hmm. I think I'm gonna dig this one up and put this over here. Because it deserves to be in some. I see nematodes, but it's just not as bad. It's not as bad. It's just a little bit. And you can barely even see the knots on this one. All right, if I can get it out of this is a 10-gallon container. The roots coming out of it anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it out of here anyhow. Further soil right here and call it a day. Hey Nesties, it is obviously the next day and I was dealing with that eggplant and nematodes and I was up potting it. Y'all coming? And I didn't get to finish because we had to go to a ceremony yesterday. See, me and my husband. Oh, so we went to a ceremony yesterday. They were honoring first responders. Of course, he was there and it was very nice. But anyhow, back to what I was talking about. So I up potted that eggplant, put it in another container. I also moved my pepper from over here from where it was, and I put the eggplant here. And that is the one that doesn't have any root in it. And this is the other one, and it seems to be quite happy in this new soil. So I've been taking all of my soil out of this container. It was beautiful soil because it had all that mulch on top of it. So there was a huge pepper right here, and I took it out, and I've been slowly taking dirt out of here and using it because I didn't feel like going to spend no more money. This is a sweet potato invasion. So I'm going to keep track of what's going on with this eggplant. I'm going to leave it right back here on top of all this mulch because everything up under that is infested with nematodes. So I mulched it and then put bags on top of it. Same thing over here. There was a cabbage that's somebody that survived the whole time. I checked all the roots that were coming out of this soil, and the roots looked good. There was no root knot on them. No nothing. Oh goodness. And then, oh, hold on, I had to sneeze. Then I came over here. There was a container right here. I moved that container and I put on flipped over my compost. So I took everything out of here because nothing was growing and the green beans were dead. So in that spot, I cut off the tops of my okra and put it right here and see if they will grow. I wanted to flip over my, so in that container there was, looks like some damage, but there was some potatoes growing. So I put the potatoes right here. If they grow, they grow. They don't, they don't. I think this is nematode soil. I have it sitting on a dish. This is regular soil that was already in there. I think. And over here, I want to spray my cucumbers so bad. And look at that. Y'all see it? You already know what it is. I think I told y'all the other day. The butternut squash keeps producing. I'm not worried about it. Sweet potatoes going ham. So I come over here to tell you because I emptied out that big container that I had all my manure, and not manure but my compost in it. I flipped it over, put it in this gray container which had the potatoes in it, and turned the soil over. And I was kind of shocked that some of that stuff had broken down to some soil. I also moved a couple more things. I'm always moving something. These oranges are still hanging on in there. I put those 2 strawberries over here because they just seem that they have been struggling since they came to Florida. And when they got here, all the leaves were just this big. Look at the size of them now. It's Florida. And this one I thought was gonna die, so I was like, okay, I don't want you to die. So I sat it in some water. Where the worm cast is, it's full of baits. I set it in some water, put it over here out the way, and hopefully it'll make a comeback sitting over here. I put this shelf over here, and I'm glad I covered it up because there's some asparagus. And that's just volunteer right there, that other little thing. But I saw some asparagus spares coming up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them, 7, 8 coming up. So I covered that up. This is that smorgasbord that I just threw seeds out and of everything. Well, this is what I'm impressed with. This milling is making a comeback. It struggled. It struggled. Just nasty leaves with stuff on it, just eating it up. But look at this. That is like 1, 2, 4, 6 lemon. There's another one. And then I found this on here. How about that? That's a, no, this is a lemon. Those are limes. Oh, look at that. You know, that's new to the nest. Now, this opened up this space right here from the eggplant. That watermelon's going wild still. That cucumber is being saved by the coverage of the watermelon. Look at this Egyptian spinach, y'all. I ate some the other day. It doesn't even look like I touched it. So now all this is all open because I moved these peppers over here. I raked all those leaves up on my grapefruit tree. It's fighting for its life. I cut all them. Oh, there's that little bug. I'm gonna spray that. And I moved this okra over here and these flowers. These flowers do not like this heat over here. Well, I put the pepper here. Gave it plenty of water. It was pretty this morning. It was nice and perky, but it's hot. And I've opened all this up, as you see. And those are doing great. They're so pretty and healthy. This is Thai basil. Still worried about this. I had my one little pepper in here. I took it out. It was bone dry. And I watered this morning. But you see how it's moving like this? There's not enough water in it. And I thought maybe that's why they were looking crazy, because they needed some water the other day. But I don't know. I'll put more water in there. Ladybugs are everywhere. But when I moved these broke off. But look who's making a comeback. And this is the healthiest stalk of corn I have. So I took this thing off, and everything under it had burnt up. I have so many peppers coming. I'm so glad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's on one branch. That's on one thing. And then this little one that I had ramped in the ground, growing. So we're gonna see how things turn out with the eggplant. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I'll get one. But that soil, I just put, nothing's there but palm tree. But you can see from here how this is all open now. But I'm leaving all that covered up. I'm going to leave this covered up for right now. Where all those, see that's where that trellis was. But when my brassicas come in that I'm growing in the house, I'm going to put a lot of them over there. Ooh, it's still hot, y'all. We thought it was gonna cool down. Oh, y'all know I tore up this squash plant because I wanted to clean all that out. I don't know if I told y'all all. I can't keep up no more. So anyhow, I left this one little piece that's on here, and it seems to be doing fine. Keeps trying to grow back this way. There's a basil up on it that's struggling for its life. But and I'll show you my so that is the last piece of spaghetti squash that's left. It was huge, and I had seen a squash bug on it, and then I saw a little. I'm like, I'm not fighting this. It's too hot for right now. I topped this okra. I topped that okra, and I'm gonna do this one. This one. And I topped 3 of them. 1, 2. On that one over there, 3. 4. So 3 of them yesterday and 2 today. And I'm gonna cut this one off, and I'm gonna cut this one off. Cause I saw a spider hanging down when I was reaching for it, pulling off my okra, and I don't need no spiders falling in my face or on my skin, or even worse, that my hair is down and a spider is in my hair. Cause I don't wash my hair every day. I should, but don't. So I think I better stop wrapping it. So that is what's going on. So I moved the potato, I moved the eggplant, I moved the potato bucket, I moved the pepper, and I moved some okra around. I'm topping off okra because 10 feet tall, I can't reach it. I need to cut it off so that it will branch out. I didn't know that it would, but now I do know. So and I know that if I give them in some good soil and keep it nice and saturated and moist, that it'll start to root again. That's only obvious by the 2 that I have over here. And wait to harvest some peppers in October. I actually get a mess of peppers in October. I have them growing everywhere. Alrighty guys, that is it for the nest. It's been a lot of shaking and rolling once again, and I'll keep you updated on the eggplant. And plus, I know I have eggplant out here growing somewhere, but I won't know until it matures. I planted them. They're somewhere. Where I don't know. And I also got a whole bunch of seedlings growing inside. Kohlrabi, cabbage. Somebody's calling me. And all those sorts of things that are back there. And I'm going to have space to make room to put them in the garden. Alright guys, I keep saying that, but I'm going to say that for real. I'm going to say bye. Thanks for coming into my home. Thank you for inviting me into your home. Please like, please leave a comment, and please, most of all, please come again.